News. How you doing, Fabrizio?
Hi, Mark. All good, all good. Thank you. Hi to all Manchester United fans. Thank you again.
Straight away, let's get into it. A lot of people are hoping that this will be the week where we get at least, 3 here we goes. How close are we at the moment to getting one of these deals over the line? Let's start off with De Ligt and Mazraoui. Lots of stuff over the weekend. We've seen tweets from yourself. Just how close are they and what's going on?
I don't think it's far, in terms of negotiations. I think that it's very likely to see Mazraoui and De Ligt joining Manchester United this summer. I still don't know about the timing because, the conversation between the two clubs is still not at the final stages. It's a direct negotiation. It's a very positive and confident feeling also on player side. They are both represented by the same agent. And what I can tell you is that even today, when I was checking with my sources, the feeling is very confident and positive. So Matthijs de Ligt is waiting for Man United since June. Then in July, they started the conversation also for Mazraoui. And they believe this is an ideal solution because he's obviously right back, but he can also help as left back eventually, something that he already did with the national team and with Bayern and Ajax in the past. So they believe that these two solutions are perfect, also because these are two players that obviously the manager Erik ten Hag knows so well. So Man United intention is to accelerate. It depends a lot on Bayern. So Man United and also on player side, they are all waiting for Bayern probably to reduce the price for these two players because they've been very clear with Bayern. They've been both clear in telling them that they want to go to Manchester United, and they have an agreement with Manchester United on a 5-year contract, both of them, with an option, same as Joro and Zirkzee. So everything is ready on player side. They've been clear with the club. So basically United are also waiting for two factors. The first one is for Bayern to probably reduce a bit the price tag. They want 50 million euros guaranteed for De Ligt, and for Mazraoui something around 20 million euros. And then the other factor, as we know, is about the outgoings. For Man United, is also important to sell players. And so one is surely Wan-Bissaka in order to bring in Mazraoui, and the other players who could leave in several positions, for example, are McTominay. Let's see what happens with Casemiro. So Man United will be busy on many things in the next days, I think.
And that's the important thing. We have got not that long till the start of the season. We've got injuries to people like Joro. We weren't that impressive on the tour. I think Manchester United fans are just eager to get this deal done this week. Do you sense that will happen, or do you think Man United will be happy to wait till the later stages of the transfer window to get the price they want from Bayern?
Look, at the moment, I can confirm that there is a lot of confidence, but in terms of timing, there is still no confirmation that will be this week. So I can't guarantee that it's going to be this week because a lot depends on Bayern. But remember that this is a domino because also Bayern are waiting for Jonathan Tah to be their new centre-back to replace Matthijs de Ligt. So Man United feel that at some point also Bayern will have to probably reduce their request and try to find common ground and reach an agreement with Manchester United, because in this case, the position of the two players is very clear. They want to play for Man United. They want to go to Man United, and they have no intention to continue at Bayern. There is more to say. Before the Euros and even after the Euros, the message that they got from Bayern, De Ligt and Mazraoui, was quite clear and was something like, okay, this summer you will have the chance to leave because we understand that your desire is to try something different. So now both players are expecting Bayern to go in Manchester United way and try to find an agreement as soon as possible. So could be this week. There will be new contacts for sure, starting already today. So Man United are actively working on these two stories, but a lot depends on Bayern in terms of timing. So let's see. I think probably some patience will be needed, but I think Man United fans can be confident on both De Ligt and Mazraoui.
So in essence, it looks like we'll get the players, but it might take a little bit of time because Manchester United want to get that price down a little bit with Bayern Munich.
Exactly, and Man United want to include it also as part of the negotiation because Bayern always wanted, especially in the case of De Ligt, 50 million euros guaranteed. This has been the biggest issue. In June, in July, they were not changing the price. 50 guaranteed. Man United were starting from something around 30, 35 million euros plus add-ons, so a different structure of the deal. Man United hope that probably Bayern, maybe in the next days, can accept something like maybe some bonuses, some add-ons as part of the structure of the deal, and so they can find an agreement. But there is optimism on Man United side and also on player side because they've been really clear with Bayern.
Do you think it will be a double deal, Fabrizio? Do you think they'll just do both at the same time? Do you think there's a chance that is what Manchester United and Bayern Munich will do just to save each other a bit of time, is just to agree both deals together?
It's possible, but it's not guaranteed. I think a lot will depend on timing. For example, Wan-Bissaka. Maybe if Wan-Bissaka leaves and joins West Ham already this week, they can accelerate for Mazraoui. It could be easier also in terms of financial fair play, balance, to have everything in place, and so to let the player complete his move as soon as possible. So I'm not sure that it's going to be a joint transfer, but there is a possibility because they are negotiating at the same time for both players. So I think this is not the biggest issue for Man United. They want both players to join as soon as possible, but they are negotiating for both of them at the same time. And then I think a lot will depend also on the situation of Wan-Bissaka.
Let's talk about the midfield. Ugarte is a player that, very similarly to De Ligt and Mazraoui, has those personal terms, wants to come to Manchester United. João Neves is going to be a PSG player. What's the situation with Ugarte? Because again, this is a player that Man United fans would love to have in this week. But again, what is the hold up with that? Is it just the fee? Is it having to sell a player as well?
Is the fee, and is about selling players, because Man United still need to sell some player. They can't only bring in players as they did with Jero and Zirze. You need some outgoing, and so, for example, keep close eye to the situation of McTominay. What I'm hearing is that the original plan was to sell Casemiro, but for Casemiro, as of now, still no proposals on the table. Still nothing concrete from Saudi. Interest, yes, but then, for example, Al Ittihad, who were interested in Casemiro, changed everything. They changed the president. They changed the plan they had with the manager. Had to be Pioli, then is Laurent Blanc. So completely changing the strategy, and this is why Man United never received any fresh bid for Casemiro. So now for McTominay, there is the interest from Fulham. Let's see what the player wants to do. But I think the outgoings are going to be important in terms of timing in order to go for Man Ugarte. What we can say is that Ugarte is waiting for United. It's a really similar situation to De Ligt and Mazraoui. Ugarte wants to go to Man United. In this case, the crucial factor, I think, is going to be also the agent, because the agent of Manuel Ugarte is Jorge Mendes. Jorge Mendes is in excellent relationship with Manchester United. If today Lenny Joro is wearing Manchester United shirt and not Real Madrid shirt, is also because Man United had a strong relationship, a good pact with Jorge Mendes, and so that was crucial to reach an agreement and bring Lenny Joro to the club. So I think that this relationship with Mendes will also be important in order to get the green light on Manuel Ugarte. Also, PSG signed João Neves from Benfica, and this is helpful for Manchester United in order to hope for a green light in the next weeks or in the next days for Manuel Ugarte. Again, the player is waiting for United. The player is not making any difference in terms of Champions League or no Champions League football. He wants to wear Manchester United shirt. He wants to try this opportunity, Old Trafford, Premier League. And so basically also on this one, waiting for financials in order to make the deal happen.
If we've got to sell to buy Ugarte, that looks like the only midfielder would be Scott McTominay. And if that is holding up the Ugarte deal, where are we with Scott McTominay and Fulham? Is that any closer than where it was last week? We were awaiting another bid from Fulham, and there's been a bit of uncertainty of whether Ten Hag wants to sell McTominay or whether he wants to go anyway.
Yeah, look, I think the situation, exactly, the final point you mentioned is really important. First of all, Ten Hag is not desperate to sell McTominay. He's a player that he would love to keep in the squad. When he says that in public, is the reality from what I'm hearing. But obviously it depends on the opportunities. If a bid around £30 million guaranteed for Manchester United would be on the table, I think United would be ready to let him go, because in this case would be really helpful in order to accelerate for Manuel Ugarte and to bring in one more midfielder with Ugarte as they want. So that's why for McTominay, they are not desperate to sell him, but if they received a good proposal, he's one of the players who could leave Man United in this final month of transfer window.
Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video, because we all know only legends like videos, and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video, and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, as always.